How do you feel about the hero worship you receive as being Doctor Who?
I love it. Yes, I love it. If ever I get invited onto Desert Island Disc, which is extremely unlikely because I think Sue Lawley is a real number, and she knows I do. But if I did, suppose I did, I would only, my 7 records would be actually 7 degrees of applause, starting with kind of friendly clapping and then ending with fucking tumult. That happens at Wembley when someone scores the winner. Yes, I always liked applause, really. My poor mother's hands, because she adored me, my mother. And her hands had no skin on them at all, because the only way she could get me to do anything at all was to give me a round of applause. Yeah. Amazing, wasn't it? And she did.
Yeah. So how did you feel when you first heard the news that they'd accepted you as the 4th Doctor Who?
Well, that's more involved because I didn't know anything about Doctor Who, so it was just a job to begin with. I didn't know about that. I didn't watch Doctor Who. So that I didn't know, but afterwards when it dawned on me, then I was very gratified. And since I left Doctor Who, with the exception of this when I'm reincarnated as Doctor Who, because you see, fans are different from human beings. Or rather, that's not a nice way to put it. Fans are different sorts of human beings, because human beings actually run out of love and patience and get tired of each other. But the wonderful quality of fans is the affection of fans doesn't swerve. And it doesn't matter that I'm now like an old Egyptian ruin and sought after. I get pinched by lecherous old anthropological ladies at the British Museum and lubricious old bags in Waitrose, which is my day centre. The fans carry on loving me, and I'm ever so grateful. And I carry on loving them right back, of course.
It's nice to see you back in the fandom world now.
Well, otherwise I just have to go back home, and it's so boring. I'm very happy at home, but ordinary human happiness is very inferior to fandom. Fandom is ecstasy, really.
So your book, your memoirs that you've written, do they concentrate on your entire life or just on the Doctor Who period?
Just the bits I thought you'd be interested in.
The juicy bits.
Because obviously I've had to hide quite a lot, haven't I? I mean, I didn't want to go to prison. Or also, I didn't want to hurt anybody either, But, I mean, an autobiography, after all, is just selected confessions, isn't it? You actually paint pictures of incidents in your past. And I wrote it for the fans. And so naturally, some people who are not fans, may not like it, and I don't care about that. But it was written for the fans. Because when I meet here, there's no chance to develop anything. It's all short sound bites and all sorts of little incidents. And I've written it for the fans, and they will understand what it is that made me such.
And you're touring the country?
I'm touring the world, I think.
The world?
Yes, and then later the universe.
The universe.
But that depends on the technology.
All right, well, we have to wind up, so thank you very much for taking the time.